Small World Vacations is proud to sponsor today's podcast. Their team of 40 agents are authorized Disney vacation planners and are recommended by MouseSavers.com. They're dedicated to your dreams and your dollars. Get your free price quote at WDWVacations.com. Small World Vacations, where the magic begins. This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, May 28th, 2007, and this is episode 262 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hochberg of MGMstudios.org. Also on the show today is, live from the North Bronx, it's Mike Newell of The Block. Welcome, Mike.
Broadcasting live from Robinson Place and Ampere Avenue. Here I am, boys.
Newell is, literally on the street, walking around with his laptop.
I am walking up and down the street with the airplanes over my head, and it's just a lot of fun.
Some people go to Disney World and broadcast live. Newell goes to the Bronx.
I go to the Bronx.
Also on the show today is Len Testa, co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. How are sales, Len?
Sales are. It's been a good year. I can't complain at all.
I can picture you with one of those accounting hats on, just watching the ticker tape come in, and be like, "Oh my God, it's going through well."
It's not so much that we need to make a bajillion dollars. I mean, really, we need to make enough money to cover the research. And
liar, liar, liar.
No, really, it's true. I mean, I'm not buying a Porsche or anything with it, but yet. But really, it's just if it covers the research and it allows us to do the research that we want. Really, I'm exceedingly happy for that, and it is so.
It keeps the bling on your woman.
It keeps the bling. Keeps the white. It keeps the wife in chinchilla.
And also on the show today is Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
We're pollinators.
That rocked.
Any guesses?
Tough to be a bug.
Yes, fun to be a bug. Isn't it fun to be a bug?
It's fun. It's fun to be a free bug.
No, that's right. It's tough to be a bug.
Yeah.
Oh well. One of those.
We were riffing on.
Depends upon the bug.
It really depends on the bug. We were riffing on it's fun to be free prior to the show starting, so that's where that all came from.
So on today's show, we're going to be talking about the obviously with the success of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Of course, the next thought is what current attraction, or actually attraction past or present, could Disney take and make into a movie? And so we're going to discuss these ideas. We're going to pick one attraction from each of the 4 theme parks and use that as the basis for a possible movie. So let's start at Epcot. I think that's more interesting. And is anyone going to suggest that we do a movie about hang gliding?
It'd have to star Keanu Reeves. Remember he did that thing with Patrick Swayze on, and it was like them as narcotics agents, and they were skydivers, and then they were surfers. We could so turn that into a sequel. That or a Bruce Willis Die Hard thing where he's actually on the hang glider.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Die Hard or Palm Springs.
That'd be funny.
That'd be awesome.
So what attraction could we do one for?
Imagination, man.
Oh, so you're thinking a kids film?
Yeah, I think it'd be it'd be sort of like Willy Wonka.
Well, I guess it's a Disney movie. It's not like they're pumping out R-rated movies anyway.
I was thinking some sort of softcore.
Nice one. Imagination would be cool, but you're
Tarantino flick, Grindhouse 3, or whatever.
You're thinking probably, Len, like, are you the original Imagination, like with the Dreamfinder and Figment?
I mean,
as opposed to the current one. I mean, tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, version 1, definitely version 1. But I think you could get, it's almost like a Willy Wonka-ish thing, and but it'd be all about maybe someone finding their imagination, or what could you do?
Would Figment be in it?
Oh yeah, make Figment in there. It could be like Figment's journey. Oh God, this would be so cliche. Figment's journey to find imagination or something, and the Dreamfinder could either be the guy that helps him. I hate to say adventure buddy flick, because that's
that's it. Dreamfinder comes across Figment, and Figment is lost. He doesn't have any imagination, and Dreamfinder helps him, or vice versa, or something like that.
Right. You could do El Rio. Actually, now that they have the Three Caballeros in the, you
can almost say that's been done though, and you can almost say that the ride was inspired by the movie.
I actually have the Three Caballeros on video disc, and it's really a good movie.
I haven't seen it. You know, it's one of those movies that I just haven't.
Really, I mean, it's one of Disney's best mix of live animation. You know, they did those shorts. I mean, it's essentially it's a collection of shorts. It's really good. Anyway, so Imagination, I think, has a lot of potential, but only if we can get Quentin Tarantino to do it.
A couple of different,
Unlikely, that's out of the box thinking. So I was telling my team, I've been traveling for the last 5 weeks, and I was telling my team, like, this is how you deal with me because I have a new team that I picked up at work.
He wears a Tom Landry hat. And, he's all right, team. This is fourth quarter, and we're down by a score and a
so
half.
Like these are some Lenisms. I said we're on a conference call and I say something like, now let me see if I understand this correctly. That means one of us is smoking crack and I don't think it's me. So let me reiterate what I just heard, and then you tell me how stupid that sounds. Anyway.
Nice one.
But I think you could do El Rio. You could do. Well, I think Canada is ripe for a film.
So let's move on to Animal Kingdom.
Kilimanjaro Safari.
Yeah, Expedition Everest is the obvious one, but I really like Kilimanjaro Safari. Actually,
I don't know if you could do it because they're about to, if they haven't already, axed the real backstory to the attraction, with Ms. Jobson and everything. Yeah. So clearly that wasn't a real winner. I can't imagine that unless you have an idea, Mike.
So what happens while you're? What's the purpose of the safari? Is it like
just to see animals, like it always should have been?
You're out in search of some
documentary.
Someone. You're out in search of someone who went out on a safari, and that person hasn't come back. And
right, and he got mixed up with an international ring of diamond smugglers.
Exactly,
and then cue the Jimi Hendrix music.
and there's a mysterious dung beetle.
and then pink elephants appear.
They find him living among the apes.
I mean the chimps.
Living among the apes, and as you come across him, he's singing "Gorilla My Dreams."
Oh, you've been waiting forever for that. But you guys do that. But remember the Kim Basinger movie where she had a son and they lived in Africa and it was
Basic Instinct? Oh, wait,
no, that's Sharon Stone. Anyway, that's not bad.
Yeah, you could do that. Something like that. But the kind of one of those, like exactly what you said, Lon, about that Kim Basinger movie. Going to Africa, and I don't know. I think that one's pretty hard. I mean, the obvious choice that I don't want to go down because I can't think of a really decent one would be the Expedition to Everest. I think that's just.
It's just cliche, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Prefer that to see live action. Although, they did that movie, Into Thin Air on about expeditions to Everest. That was pretty good, actually. It's about guys that get stuck on the mountain and everything, and how difficult it is to actually climb the mountain. That would not be a bad documentary. I mean, it's been done, but you could sort of turn it into a live action thing. That's not a bad idea. What else could you do? You could Kali River Rapids.
Well, what could you do? I was thinking of that one. What could you really do as an idea, like a plot for a movie?
For Kali?
Yeah.
So it's tourists
runs through it. River bacon.
Exactly. So tourists are trout fishing in the Amazon. No, and I think caught up in a battle between timber loggers and poachers. And the natives, and so they take the native side, and then they go all Rambo. They learn the ways of the natives and go all Rambo to stop the loggers.
I was thinking, I was trying to come up with one while we were thinking. I'm thinking of like one of these, like not one of the top tier attractions, but a lesser attraction, if you will. Like one of the. I was thinking Dinoland, but all those are just terrible, and I won't even vindicate them with a film about them. That's for sure.
Dinosaur.
He was afraid to go to Dinosaur.
Wasn't Dinosaur actually based on a...
Yeah, it was based on a movie.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic.
Wait, hold on. No!
But you know what it could be? Let's go back to the Kilimanjaro Safari. I'm thinking this could be a perfect 2D animated Mickey cartoon movie, a vehicle for him.
Yeah.
Like something like he goes out on a safari, and kind of like that's rather than try to do a live action one, you could really.
I like the idea of a Mickey Mouse cartoon. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean Mickey hasn't had a movie in I don't know how many years. What was the last one? The Christmas.
The Christmas
story?
thing. Yeah. That wasn't really about him. That was more about Goofy, right?
or Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck and Pluto.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So
yeah.
I think it'd be a good vehicle for Mickey to do a.
I think it would
bring
cause
back
it.
in.
Listen, Mickey. Baby, I like your work.
At the studios.
Hooray.
How about Lights, Motor, Action, Stunt Show?
Yeah, I mean, I can barely. I mean, the fake movie that they're trying to film in the attraction.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the James Bond. The problem is so many of them are based on real movies.
Muppet 3D is actually a movie, so it's tough to do a movie based on a movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, I go now because there's never a wait for it, but I think that movie needs updating.
You know what would be a great idea? The Great Movie Ride. Someone goes in there and you like actually travel into the movies, kind of like Last Action Hero, but
Just like last
but just stupid. Kind of like
Okay, yeah, that's funny because you go in the movie and then you do something to screw up the movie and it changes the plot.
exactly.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
oh yeah.
You know, like you're in what's a Footlight Parade, and you accidentally kick over one of the girls in the bottom of the tier of singers, and it all just goes to hell, and they all get fired, and it's just something along those lines. I could just see that as like a really good vehicle.
I think so you could go into the James Cagney movies and when he says "you dirty rat."
The James Cagney idea is a great one. I think the just that ability, like kind of like almost that ability to doesn't know what movie's going to next necessarily, but the character can do something that hit a button on some device and it transports them from movie to movie. So kind of like again, Last Action Hero meets say Pleasantville.
Yeah, that's possible.
I just can't. I'm struggling for other ideas. Obviously, I'd be remiss to say that if I didn't say that any Muppets movie. I mean, I think the Muppets are due for something because Disney bought them, spent as much money as they did, and they need to do something with it. But
$1 bajillion.
Yeah, that's about right. I think that's about what the press release said. $1 bajillion.
$1 bajillion actually did.
That will leave. Let's go back to Magic Kingdom, rather.
Magic Kingdom.
Well,
What do you think, Steve?
I had two
You could do a
that
lot.
I was thinking of, but I'm guessing that I'd probably lean towards Alien Encounter.
Oh, great idea.
The idea of transporting something across the vastness of space and something goes wrong. And
Star Trek meets The Fly.
yeah, Star Trek meets The Fly. There you go.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Beam me up, McFly,
But the problem, the only issue with that is isn't the plot of that a little too close to Aliens?
Or The Fly.
Yeah, that's it.
How aliens?
Alien with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, right.
But was there transportation going on there?
No, but
but just-
it was there, right?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
It's Monster on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Been done.
Like snakes on a plane.
Six on a plane. Six on a plane.
Alien on a theme park.
I thought about Jungle Cruise would be another possibility.
Aren't they making one?
Well, Jungle Cruise actually is if Johnny Depp doesn't do Pirates 4, we hear that, and Jim Hill said this, that they're looking either at Big Thunder Mountain or Jungle Cruise to make a movie. The problem with Jungle Cruise is isn't it based on African Queen? The Humphrey Bogart,
That's
Captain
what I thought. Yeah.
It's about the word loosely should be inserted in there.
Yeah, but I mean that's a classic movie, and really what
Well, I just
Big
think
Thunder.
more hijinks. It doesn't have to be a straight movie.
hijinks. A rollicking laugh a minute comedy. You could definitely do Big Thunder Mountain though. I mean, you could do a whole lot with Big Thunder Mountain, and I'm not talking about the Apple Dumpling Gang sort of Big Thunder Mountain, or Return to Witch Mountain thing. There's a lot you could do with Big Thunder Mountain.
How about one where you just go around in a circle and can vary your altitude occasionally, and
It's a short movie.
it's a short movie.
It's like a student film. It's like a 20-minute student film where you're just going up and down, up and down.
That'll be perfect Quentin Tarantino movie, Len, because then it's different angles from different carpets.
Exactly. And there's a lot of witty dialogue, witty dialogue, but it's just headshots. They're just two people sitting there.
And Bruce Willis in the movie. Yippee-ki-yay, magic carpet.
Magic carpet. Yes, that's exactly what he would say. In fact, he'd have to have the elephants blowing up or the camels blowing up, or the magic carpets blowing up every once in a while.
Maybe Tiki Birds.
I think it would be, but would you focus on the birds, or would the birds sort of be
gods, I would think.
the gods? Yes.
I think you're on an island, and the birds are a part of it, and there's
Okay. Yes. So it could be something like the main character either has to get off the island or has to save the island or something, and the gods can't intervene directly, but they can sort of pave the path for the main character to resolve the thing. They can't actually solve it for him, but they can help along the way.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so then so they can set up things and things can go wrong, and that's actually not a bad idea.
There you go. And a cameo instead of Keith Richards was in Pirates, so instead we'll have Steve Seifert.
Steve Seifert, exactly.
Don Rickles cameo.
And Don Rickles.
And the Tiki Kids.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Great. Well, that's it for us today. If you want to find older episodes or read our show notes or send us your comments, you can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us your questions by emailing questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hodgeberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Small World Vacations is proud to sponsor today's podcast. Their team of 40 agents are authorized Disney vacation planners and are recommended by MouseSavers.com. They're dedicated to your dreams and your dollars. Get your free price quote at wdwvacations.com. Small World Vacations, where the magic begins.
Calling your Washington representative has helped. Now call your senators. Urge them to support the Senate version of the Internet Radio Equality Act. Visit SaveNetRadio.org to find both of your senators' phone numbers. Stop the high royalty rates that threaten Internet radio.